Does anxiety go away? In this video, I treat anxiety as a messenger of your energetic state, which gives you the option to take charge of your emotional health directly, building confidence and self-awareness with practice. My guest is Lisa. Lisa's experience illustrates anxiety does go away, but it can come back in certain conditions. That's the opportunity for you to interact with your anxiety and do things differently so that you can work with it as a accelerator of your emotional health. In this video, you'll learn how to spot the signs it's there or has returned. You may know these already. We want to put those into use. 2, identify the conditions that cause it to return. How am I feeling? What is it around outside of me or inside of me that's causing my anxiety to surface? And steps for redirecting the anxiety into something useful, something you can use, which changes your entire experience with it.
Hi, my name is Liza, and I first faced anxiety a couple of years ago. I cannot say that my life was bad or anything. I just started to feel negative about everything what's happening and constantly had negative scenarios and outcomes in my head. My condition was pretty bad. I used to have panic attacks and depression. I went to a hospital and I started to take antidepressants and had sessions with clinical psychologists. I started to feel much better, especially being an After 1 year taking antidepressants, my family and friends started to push me to stop taking pills because my life has changed and I didn't feel as bad as I used to feel before. I went to a doctor and stopped taking meds together. I didn't feel anxious anymore.
My experience with anxiety was less obvious, at least to me, but accelerated when I became homeless for a long period of time, like very long period of time. I really didn't know where I was going to be sleeping. I had a car and was traveling, but I didn't know what to do. It wasn't until I understood how to shift my perspective and see my situation in a better light, more as a learning lab, a learning opportunity to figure out how to work with uncertainty better. I used to want to know what was going to happen before I did anything. Now I didn't know. I shifted perspective and looked at it as a learning, as an opportunity to get to know this uncertainty better. My anxiety level went down. Back to Lisa and what happened to her.
I started to own my own apartment and I constantly saw negative events that might happen with my apartment. I constantly had negative scenarios in my heart, like something can go wrong. My heart was beating super fast. For example, like electricity can go wrong, or gas, or water, anything. Um, I felt constantly anxious and scared, especially in mornings. I could wake up in the morning and feel already scared, like something is wrong with an apartment. I just still don't know about it. And then like scarily go around to my flat and check what is wrong and if everything is okay. It lasted for almost 6 months. And then, unfortunately, the war has started in Ukraine, in my homeland, and another priorities took place. I was more focused on survival, getting basic needs done, etc. I moved to London, UK. When I just moved to London, I was a bit anxious at the beginning, but then I suddenly realized that I already survived a lot of things and it doesn't matter what will happen to me next. I will overcome it, I will survive it, I will deal with it, and will go as a winner out of the situation. It made me feel very good and confident about myself. I stopped being anxious at a certain point and I learned to enjoy life in a moment. Just stop it in a minute and close my eyes and breathe, experience life instead of just being worried or constantly overthinking. It helped me a lot, and I didn't have any anxiety for 1 year and a half, even more. But then the situation happened that I was made redundant. I quite fast found another job and I started to work in another place, which turns out to be a toxic place to me. I didn't enjoy it at all. I felt very bad about working there. And I couldn't change it at the same time because since day one, I tried to find another workplace, another job, but I couldn't do it for different reasons. And I tried hard, tried my best, but it didn't help at all. So I started to feel anxious at the end again. And I guess it was because I lost that confidence in myself, confidence it doesn't matter what will happen, I can change my life. I lost that confident feeling and I started to have bad thoughts about bad outcome again. And then I had like a big, huge anxiety attack. I would rate it 9 out of 10 or even 10 out of 10. And that made me change my life instantly. I quit my job because prior to change from changing a job to sorting out my mental health. I did it, and funny enough, but literally couple of weeks after I quit my job, I could secure another one. I got a job offer, and my life has changed. I guess it's because my toxic environment, toxic job influenced. After I quit my job, I started to be less anxious, especially when I got another job offer. My anxiety level went from 5, 6 to 1, 2 out of 10, which is a great thing, especially because I'm not on meds and I didn't take meds last 2 years, 2 years and a half. And that's just a good result.
What Lisa did here that makes the difference is she stepped back and observed that there are certain conditions that bring on anxiety. And when you recognize what they are, you can make a decision to change that experience. Yes, anxiety does go away when you shift to a confidence level, when you recognize that you have everything within you that you need in order to move through this particular difficult experience. It always helps that you have a strong focus, which in her case was getting out of Ukraine in response to the war. But in anyone's case, it's what is my focus that is a place for me to go, higher ground, if you will. We'll continue these topics on how do you navigate through the uncertainty, through tough and difficult conditions in a way that allows you to grow and expand, restore your confidence, and then do bigger things in the world and bring that gift that you have naturally and innately in you, that sense of purpose that may not be clear right now, but it's there and it will guide you when you allow it.